Another nasty civil war within the Republican Party as Marjorie Taylor Greene rips into a colleague on her own side of the aisle. Let's discuss. I'm Dave Aronberg, former state attorney for Palm Beach County, a.k.a. the Florida lawman here on Legal AF. Thank you for all your support and all your subscriptions. Hit that subscribe button. And let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene's latest war within her own party, this time against fellow Republican Congressman Mike Lawler of New York. Now, Lawler is seen as a moderate Republican, if that term even exists anymore. He has a swing district, and he and Marjorie Taylor Greene are going at it now. According to media, there are some nasty tweets out there. For example, Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote on Twitter, I'm not calling it by its other name, I'm calling it Twitter, that Mike Lawler usually isn't the guy in the conference with the best ideas. After all, we lost a Republican-held seat to a Democrat the last time Republicans voted for one of his great strategy. That grammar was incorrect, as noted. Now she's saying that now Mike Lawler is a no on Trump's big, beautiful bill because he won't accept a SALT cap increase from $10,000 to $30,000 per year. And the deduction applies to those who make under $400,000 per year. So if you live in the Northeast, you know that the SALT allows you to deduct your state taxes from your federal taxes, but the Trump administration stuck it to the blue states by limiting that tax deduction. After all, you got to pay for your big, beautiful tax cuts for billionaires. And this year, because Lawler's been lobbying hard on it, Trump is giving more of an exemption to those individuals in those blue states. But Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't like it and doesn't like that Mike Lawler isn't more grateful for the concession that he's getting, and he still won't vote for this budget. But remember, Republicans control the House. They have a very slim majority, and they need every vote. So you see this kind of inter-party fighting all the time with these guys. That's why the speaker is no longer Kevin McCarthy, and it just continues. They're better as a minority party because when you're in the majority, you have the responsibility of governing. And when you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene in charge, it's hard to govern. She continued in her tweet that while, yes, taxes in Democrat-controlled New York are ridiculous, but if a $30,000 state and local tax, SALT deduction, isn't good enough for those making under $400,000, then you need to either vote Republican in New York or you need to move. She continued offering her reasoning in the lengthy post and concluded, and Mike Lawler has a toss-up seat. What's the point in Republicans fighting to protect and keep re-electing Republicans if they constantly undermine the agenda America voted for? So you thought that Lawler would take that lying down? No. Remember, Lawler beat a Democrat in a close race to win his seat in 2022, and he's kept it since then. He's survived. He's a survivor, and he's not taking guff from Marjorie Taylor Greene. He hit back saying, look at this tweet. It says, shockingly, the Jewish space laser lady once again doesn't have a clue what she is talking about. By the way, the reason you enjoy a gavel is because Republicans like me have won our seats. Good luck being in the majority if we don't. Yeah, it's a fair point. They have to win those seats while also being loyal to Trump, because if you're disloyal to Trump, he will take you down within the Republican Party, a party of one. So Lawler has walked that tightrope. He doesn't like it when someone from a safe Republican district, someone who's as fringe and cringe as Marjorie Taylor Greene, goes after him. And so Trump, trying to fulfill a campaign promise, because remember, he promised everything to everyone. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, a higher deduction for SALT, paying for IVF costs. Remember that one? Don't forget those. And so here is what Trump is trying to do. He said that he would raise the SALT deduction during the 2024 presidential campaign. He wrote on True Social, what the hell do you have to lose? Vote for Trump. You remember when he said that about black voters, what the hell do you have to lose? Turns out a lot. And So yes, we're going to keep lowering taxes, I guess, for everyone. So I guess what happens to the budget? Just more deficits. It's the old saying, when these MAGA Republicans find themselves in a hole, they just keep digging. And if you're wondering why Lawler is so salty about this beef, you see what I did there? I can't take credit for it. It comes from The Hill in an article titled Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lawler gets salty and fight over tax demands. Yes, I wish I thought of that one first. But they reminded us another reason why these two are going at it is because Lawler is one of several House Republicans facing a difficult path to re-election in the 2026 midterm elections. While Lawler is regarded as a young politician on the rise within the New York GOP, his district, which covers much of New York City's northern suburbs, could swing heavily against the Republican Party amid backlash to Trump. So he's fighting for his survival, and traditionally, in an off-year election in the president's first term, the opposing party wins seats, and the Democrats should win back the House, and that would shut down Trump's agenda, especially that the current administration is so unpopular that those natural seats that are lost will just be accelerated. The natural attrition that happens in a midterm election year against a party in power looks like it's going to accelerate and accelerate fast. I mean, look what happened in Omaha. A traditionally Republican city just elected a Democratic mayor. Yes, also in The Hill, Douglas County, Nebraska Treasurer John Ewing Jr. ousted Republican Omaha Mayor Gene Stothert in the latest victory for Democrats during President Trump's second term, according to a Decision Desk headquarters projection. Now, keep in mind, this wasn't just a Democrat winning a Republican seat. This is a Democrat ousting a Republican incumbent. The city hasn't had a Democratic mayor since 2013, when the current mayor who just lost, Stothert, beat Democratic incumbent Jim Suttle to become Omaha's first female mayor. She's enjoyed comfortable electoral victories since then. Her closest race was in 2017 when she won by just less than 6 points. So, is this a premonition? Is it telling us something that Democrats won a seat held by a Republican since 2013 in Nebraska? Does it tell us something that Mike Lawler, a Republican in a swing district, is so worried that he has taken on Marjorie Taylor Greene, knowing that that'll be popular in his district? Yeah, I think those are the early signs. And we'll keep following it all here on Legal AF, where we meet at the intersection of law, politics, and occasionally true crime. I'm Dave Aronberg, a.k.a. the Florida Lawman. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, leave a comment below. Thank you for getting us well over 600,000 subscribers. And I'll see you next time.
I'm Michael Popak, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popak Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popak Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popak Firm today at 1-877-POPAK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopakfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popak Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.